Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to create your own EMP device to disable surface implants or any kind of RFID chips. Um, this is more, I would say, for temporary relief. Also nanites as well. If you're ingesting nanites and you have nanites in your body, this can probably provide some temporary relief for you. I've been doing this because I'm making this video because somebody really requested me to do this so they can know how to make their own device. So this is pretty much a step-by-step guide on how to create one of these devices. It's fairly safe, this device. It doesn't have a lot of amperage or voltage, but it's enough to disable or temporarily disable some of your chips if you have chip implants inside of you, depending how deep they are. Anyway, what you need is a Weber grill package here. I have right here. I ordered on Amazon. I have the link in the description. You'll need 24 AWG electrical wire for the roll of this. You'll need some electrical tape. I use some Elmer's glue sticks. I also use a stick to roll the wire around this, so I'll show you that afterwards. Some Scotch tape or heavy duty shipping tape, preferred Scotch tape, Scotch brand if you have it. A Phillips screwdriver. Some tie wraps, I usually use 4 tie wraps here. A scissor. And some wood. I'm using these pop sticks or art sticks, whatever you call these things. I basically just took 2 of these and glued them together. So that's how I'm working with this. Okay. So now I'm going to, first thing is going to open up this Weber grill package. This is basically an electrical starter package. It's actually a replacement kit. And it comes with the button and a battery. It comes with the unit that you plug the battery in and the starter and the positive negative. I'm going to take this case off because it's you don't need this. It's just extra shielding that you don't need. So I'll just take the Phillips screwdriver and I will just unscrew the screws here. Take out all these screws. It's not too complicated to make this device, as long as you buy the right starter grill. So this is the unit itself. It's just basically a housing unit for it. And now what we're going to do is place this down and put the 2 wires on it. So there's 2 wires here. There's a positive, negative, real simple. It also has the sparkette here where you can have the spark, create the spark, and a little shielding around it. So we can keep all this the way it is. It's real easy. You just basically put in the positive and the negative. And it just basically plugs in like this. Just plug it in, make sure it's secure. It's good. Same thing here, negative, plug that in. That's good. You can, well, you can't really test it because you gotta put it on the grill. But what I'll do now is I'll actually unplug this right here. Or actually, I usually take this unit off. So actually, let me do this. I gotta take this off. Let me take this piece off, and then I'll take this unit off here. Take this piece off. Like so. Slide that out. So now we got the positive, negative all separate. And this, you really don't need all this. You could probably take this piece off. I usually just break this off by rubbing this up and down. So it just looks like that. It's probably better that way. Alright, so now what you can do is you can take that, put the positive, negative back in. So, that back in. Now we got there together. And really what we're going to do here is we're just going to mount this on the stick. So we take this piece, and here's my stick. And I'm going to put this stick right here. And I'm just going to tape this up with electrical tape. Just put that right on the stick there. Real easy to do. Just get my tape out here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to start taping the back. So, whoops. Let's just start taping it against the stick. It's real simple to do. You're just going to roll it around. So one shot there. Just basic electrical tape, and you're just taping it around the stick. And I like to cover the whole unit with it because it's basically providing shielding in case you don't want to get shocked when you're holding this in your hand. So just do it that way. Wrap it real good, a couple of times, all around. And then I like to get it like through this right here. And you just make sure you just keep the hole open here for the battery. It's real simple to do. You're really just wrapping it around the stick so it's nice and secure. Break this tape off. And now I have the tape wrapped around the stick. There you go. Still got the wires out here. That's okay. And now what I'm going to do is just put this down for a second. And I'm going to work on the tape here, the wire here that I'm using. So I'm going to take a fairly good amount. And I'm not going to cut it yet until I feel there's enough wire here. So what I'm going to just take is a coil and bend it around like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some kind of spherical round device or circular device. I'll use the cap here for the glue here. And I'm going to take about here. And I'm going to coil this about 10 times. So now I'm going to just coil this around about 10 times. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then make sure you give it some slack there, because actually I probably want to loosen that out because I want to have some more slack for later. So let me coil it on this side because I haven't cut it yet. So you just basically coil this around 10 times. 9, 10. And then you should have a nice little coil there. And you can see that that's a nice round coil. And what I'll do is, to make this stay the way it is, I'll take a tie wrap, put it through this, and then basically tie this with the tie wrap. I may only need 2 tie wraps for this because it's a smaller coil. I'd rather have smaller coils than larger coils. And now I've just wrapped that coil with the tie wrap. So I got a nice round coil there. And then I'll just cut that. And I got one coil there. Now I'll take another one here. Wrap that through. And I got that nicely wrapped. So there we go. Now what I'm going to do is cut this. It's funny how the videotape is stopping. It's never done that before while I'm videotaping this. So now I got a nice little wrap there. So you can see now I have the coil here. It looks pretty good. And I'm going to just cut it here. So now I got that coil set up. And now what I can do is I can mount this coil here on the device. What I'm going to do first is probably want to mount the positive and negative sides. So what I'll do is I'll take this side of the device, and actually I can take this piece off here. Take that device off there. So now, so now I have a little hole there. So what I can do is I can take my coil and maybe put a little U in here, U shape here, like so, and then basically put that right in here. Just gotta size it right, and you want to shove it in this little hole here. So there you go. So that's nice and secure. So I have the negative side in place. And now what I'm just going to do now is probably going to want to mount this onto this. So I'll probably use the tape to do that. So what I'll do first is want to put in the other unit here, which is the where the zapping is going to start, which will be right here. So I probably want to mount this somehow on there, so I have a nice portable stick device. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to first mount this on the I'm going to mount this piece right here, so you could have a little gap there. So what I'll do is I'll take the here Scotch tape, or this is packing tape, and I'm going to just wrap this around the coil here, like so. Now I have the negative side here already set up, so I'm just going to basically mount this like so. So I'm going to put this like that, give it some space there, because you want to have both positive and negative there. So I'll take some more tape, and I'm just going to tape that on there like that. Okay. So that's going to be flexible enough for there. Now, what I want to do here is I want to have a gap. So I want to have at least maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe less. You're gonna have to play with it when you adjust this, and you're just going to basically wrap this down with a coil here, and just twist it like this. And then cut it. And you wanna mount that little gap there, so there's just enough to create a spark, close enough, like so, about ½ an inch or so. And then take the tape and wrap it around like a protective coating, and you're just gonna wrap that around like that, not making it touch. So now I have it like that. Now I'm just going to take the tape and tape the rest of it. Tape that up. fairly simple to do. You're just taping it to the piece of wood. And now you should have a device there. You're going to have to deal with the wires. Oh, this came off. So I need to just put that back there. So it's just back here. I just have to adjust it. So I'll just put that over here somewhere. And so that's plugged in like that. And I'll just plug that in like that. Just tape that on there. So I'll get some more tape. Alright, let's go get some tape here. Some more clear tape, packing tape, and I'll just put that back here in the coil. Just tape that around like that. So I still have this stuff sticking out here, but I'm going to basically use one of these clips that it comes with, and basically clip these wires, or wrap them up a little bit so they look a little nicer. So now it looks like I got the unit pretty much in place, and now I'm going to leave this the way it is right now, because I'm going to basically, that's just cosmetics for later. I'm going to just take the button out and put the battery in, and then test the unit. Just put the battery in here like so. I think I got it the right way. I think it's the other way. So I'll just put it in this way. Drop the button in and see what happens. Yep, so now you can see the sparks are going through, and it's making a good circuit there, and you can see those sparks going through there, and then basically what's going around here. So now this looks like a good unit. So now what I'm going to do is fix this up a little bit so this looks a little bit more presentable, and I'll just take the clip here I have, and we're just going to put this in circle here. So I can just put these clips together, and then just slide the clip in here like so. I mean the wire in here like so. And then I'll just do this side over here. And just put those all together. So the positive and negative is good. They're all good. It's all secure in there. And then what I'll do is I'll probably take some tape here. This is a nice portable unit I made. This is a lot smaller than the other ones that I made. So this is good. You can take this with you wherever you want to go. It's probably more easy to transport too. I'm going to take the button off here. That button comes right off. So I'll just tape this up a little bit better. Like so. And you guys can do this at home. It's real easy to do. This doesn't take a brain surgeon to do this. It's just taping wires together. I might have to adjust this a little bit better, but alright, so now that's nice and secure there back in the back. And let's put the button back in with the battery. Hook that in there, and now I got a nice little portable device. So see those little sparks that are going off? So we can test this now. I don't want to get this too close to my camera, I'll break it. So I'm going to test this now and see what the voltage is on this thing, and then we can play around with adjusting this accordingly. Just get those coils nice and tight. And I'm just get my voltmeter out here. I'm gonna put two sides, positive and negative. And I'm just gonna hook my voltmeter together here. Plug this on one side, and then plug this on the other side, so we can see what the circuit's going to be like. Turn it to DC 100. I'm going to have to probably flip this over here like so you can see that. Now I'm going to push the button, and look at those voltage readings I'm getting. 1,000, all kinds of random. But it's at least 1,000. So they say it takes about 400 volts to break a RFID chip or any kind of surface implants. So this will definitely increase randomly, and it should break stuff, and it should be fairly safe. Just don't, if you have a pacemaker or something like that, do not use this device. Let me just take that off for a second. I want to put it on the coil here, see what I get on the coil. And if you get shocked by this, it's really not bad. It's like a static shock compared to a stun gun. So this is not as powerful as a stun gun, but it does the job. I just want to put this on this side. There we go. See what I get now, the voltmeter. Oh, it died on me. My voltmeter died. Oh, there we go. There we go. So, we're getting pretty good readings here. See how random that is? It's always in the 1,000 to 2,000 range. Or close to 2,000 volts. So it should be sufficient to damage or disable some of those chips. So let's see here now. Clamps in there real good. The alligator clamps are real. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this a little bit, make this a little bit better. So I'll just basically just put another 4 of these tie wraps around it to make a nice tight, and then you can, you know, use this wherever you want, all over your body. Go there. That off, cut that piece off. It's just basic tie wraps, and now I should have is I'm going to twist this back so I can expose the copper wire, and now I should have a fairly tight circle. So now what I can do is just let me make sure these are all nice and tight. And now I can just basically, whoops. Put it this way. Probably have to cut this video. There you go. And that should be good enough to disable chips, so you can go through the body like this. You can see some sparks going off that right there, so I can actually feel a little bit, and there, that should cover that. So that should be enough to make the EMP device. I hope you found this good enough to show you how to make these things. They're not too hard to make. So hopefully this will give you an idea how to make these things. Not hard. It takes maybe half an hour to do, half an hour's work. And then you get a nice little device here that can actually make you feel better, or at least provide temporary relief of these nanoparticles or nanochips, whatever they are. Any questions, just leave a comment down below. If you're making one of these, I'll leave all the parts down. Since they're all available on Amazon. And that's it. Thank you.